As families celebrated Independence Day, a silent disaster was brewing in Texas. Today, July 7, 2025, the true scale is clear. The Texas Hill Country is underwater, entire communities submerged. Homes are destroyed, cars swept away, and the death toll has reached 82, with most fatalities in Kerr County. 41 people remain missing, leaving families in agonizing uncertainty. First responders and the Coast Guard have rescued over 850 people, many found clinging to trees for hours. The floodwaters rose so quickly, many had no time to escape. Their homes became deadly traps. Major highways and Houston airports are shut down, over 200,000 are without power, and thousands of homes are ruined. Businesses and farms are devastated, with economic losses expected in the billions. The region is paralyzed, and the scars of this catastrophe will last for years. This is a historic flood, one that has changed Texas forever. This disaster was triggered by a rare convergence of weather, a stalled low-pressure system and a surge of Gulf moisture. The result was training, thunderstorms repeatedly dumping rain over the same area. Some places saw over 15 inches in days, overwhelming already saturated ground. Rivers like the Guadalupe rose at terrifying speed, 26 feet in 45 minutes, creating walls of water. Viral videos show flash floods swallowing roads in minutes, leaving no time to react. The National Weather Service underestimated the threat, issuing only a moderate flood watch. Now, questions are being raised about whether budget cuts to NOAA hampered forecasting. For families who lost everything, the lack of warning is a painful reality. The science was clear, but the system failed to keep up with the storm's fury. This was a perfect storm, one that exposed deadly gaps in our preparedness. Behind the numbers are stories of heartbreak and heroism. At Camp Mystic, a summer camp on the Guadalupe, a wall of water struck while 700 girls were present. The camp director died trying to save campers. 10 children and 1 counselor remain missing. 28 of the victims were children, a loss that has drawn prayers from around the world. Survivors described clinging to trees for hours, while first responders braved dangerous waters to rescue families from rooftops. Neighbors risked their lives for each other, and survival often came down to luck and courage. Generations-old homes are now fields of mud and debris. Families face the daunting task of rebuilding from nothing. The trauma and grief are overwhelming, and recovery will be a long, difficult journey. For these communities, the flood is a life-altering event, not just a headline. This flood is the 5th major one in Texas in 15 years, part of a troubling pattern. Climate change is fueling heavier, more frequent storms. What was rare is now the new normal. Rapid urban growth has paved over natural flood barriers, turning rain into instant runoff. Outdated infrastructure, dams, levees, drainage, can't handle today's storms. Poor planning and aging systems have made Texas more vulnerable than ever. Without major investment and smarter development, these disasters will only worsen. The science is clear. We're living with the consequences of a warming world. Texas is on the front lines of this new reality. This isn't just Texas's tragedy, it's a national crisis. Flooding is now America's deadliest weather threat, and its impacts ripple across the country. Federal aid and insurance payouts affect all taxpayers, and supply chain disruptions reach far beyond Texas. We need a proactive response, invest in resilient infrastructure, preserve natural flood barriers, and fully fund scientific agencies. These are not partisan issues, they're about survival. Amid devastation, Texans show resilience, communities unite, volunteers help, and hope persists. The road to recovery will be long, but compassion and solidarity are needed now more than ever. We can all help by supporting relief efforts and demanding real change. The floodwaters will recede, but the lessons and the need for action remain.